Hey guys, Crazy Postman here. Well, I'm not sure why I like reviewing these little microphones so much. Maybe it's because I'm an amateur radio operator, probably because I'm an electronics nerd and I've always been into stuff like this. So I've reviewed the Lark M2, which I'm using right now to talk to you on. It is a great little microphone. I've enjoyed using it. It sounds great, it's easy to conceal, and it's just an all-around good microphone. I've also reviewed the Hollyland Lark M2S. It's another great microphone. It's just a different form factor. It has a weird clip situation, so you can kind of put it on your lapel or your collar, and even less of it is visible than the M2. And it's a good microphone too. I've also reviewed the DJI Mic Mini. Now, what brought me to this one is I had the DJI Mic 2 and it was really good microphone. So when I saw this one for sale for $59, I just had to get it. Now, the caveat with this one is it works with DJI equipment. So if you have the DJI Action Camera or the DJI Pocket 3, it will work with it with no dongle needed. But if you want to use this little guy with your phone, it's going to go through Bluetooth and not quite sound as good as it should. So this little guy turned me on to the cheaper end of the microphone market because this is a great microphone for $59. Well, the other day I saw that Hollyland is coming out with another one. It is called the A1, and that's what we're going to be unboxing and reviewing today. This has the amazing price point of $34, so you're getting the name brand of Hollyland. I'm not saying there's not microphones you can get for less than $30 because I've reviewed them too. You can get on TikTok Shop and find all kinds of $10 wireless microphones, but most of them sound like garbage. This is a Hollyland for $34. So we're gonna unbox this and see how it sounds compared to the M2S. And then we're gonna do the normal tests on it. We're gonna check out the app, check out the noise reduction features, and we're gonna do a range test. So let's get this thing unboxed so we can get the party started. So this should be a pretty fast unboxing because the Lark A1 in the $34 pack doesn't come with a charging case or anything. It just comes with the receiver and the 2 transmitters, and that's it. Hollyland, we are here for you. They give you a pouch to carry it in. That's nice because you don't have the charging case, so this will be what you need to keep everything in. And here it is. This is it. They give you a charging cable, Hollyland, USB-C plug. On the end of it, there's your button. You can still charge your device while it's plugged in, so you don't lose your charge port. And that's pretty much it for this. Then we got our 2 transmitters. Oh, there is a dock. So that's how they're going to do it. They give you a dock to charge it in. Oop. And your USB-C cable will plug into the front of that to charge these. The magnets are already pre-installed onto the back of them. There is no clip, so you do need to use the magnet. If you lose the magnet, you're in trouble. So your magnet goes right there, and that's how it clips to you. And then this magnetically goes in here to charge. Oh, hey now. I find a design flaw. Do we have to clip that in there somehow? Okay, maybe we need to leave the magnet on it to help hold it down. There we go. That's what you need to do. The magnet needs to be attached to the back of this thing. And then they give you 2 windscreens. Let's see how these attach. They just kind of just go over the top. Just like that. They don't click or anything. It's just a snug fit right over the top. And they're very soft. And they, of course, give you 2 of those. And that's it. This is the base model, so not many accessories. I'm very glad they gave you the charging base. That's really nice. That way you don't have to... Is there even a USB? There's not even a USB port on them. So you cannot charge them without the charging base. See, I thought these had a USB port in the side of them, but they don't. You do have to have the charging base to charge them. So always pack that and don't lose it. All right, so we got this little guy unboxed. Let's go ahead and try out the audio. So right now you're listening to me on the Lark M2, this guy right here. The next time you hear my voice, I'm going to be using the Lark A1. See if you can see any drop of audio quality, because this guy right here, last time I checked, was around $90. Sometimes it goes on sale for a little bit less than that. I'm talking about the USB-C version. So the Lark M2, next time you hear my voice, it'll be the Lark A1. Now you're listening to me with the Lark A1. No other settings have been modified. This is factory straight out of the box. How does it sound compared to the Lark M2? I have changed to no settings on the camera. I just plugged in the new dongle and turned on the new microphone. Does it sound very comparable to the Lark M2, or does it sound like it's $50 cheaper? Now, first impressions without listening to the audio yet, I can see the audio gauge on the camera going a bit higher, so it may be hotter than the Lark M2. I would bet I can adjust that with the app. So I just played back that audio. It sounded really good on my phone. It was a bit hotter than the Lark M2, but it didn't seem to be peaking or overmodulated. It just was louder. So that gain could, as long as it's not being overmodulated, you could always turn it down in your editing software. So I wanted to zoom in for just a second so you could see the size comparison between the DJI, the M2, and the A1. Throw these on here. They're all very similar in size. There you have it. So these are the 3 small options. They're all very similar in size. So you got 1 square, 1 circle, and 1 rectangle. So you got 1 square, 1 circle, and 1 rectangle. So choose your favorite shape. My favorite shape is going to be the cheapest one, as long as it sounds just as good. While we're zoomed in here, let me go ahead and throw this wind muff on so y'all can see what it looks like. Now remember, there's no clip or anything, and there's no left or right. It just squishes on. It just goes right over the top. Just like that. So you hardly even have to look at it. This is what you're going to look like with the wind muff attachment on. Now, generally, if you do any outdoor filming, you always want to put this on, because even if you think it's not windy, one little breath of wind gets into the microphone, it could ruin your audio. So if you're outside filming, always put the dead cat on. If you're inside, you don't really need it unless you're a mouth breather. Everybody knows a guy in a game lobby that always blows into their microphone or has a fan blowing right on them every single time. So let's go ahead and get outside. We'll do the range test and the noise cancellation test, and we'll call this review a wrap. So it's actually pretty windy out here, so this will be a good windscreen test as well as a range test. So the way I normally do these range tests, on my Samsung phone I record with the wide angle and the telephoto lens at the same time. And you can see that ATM off in the distance. Hush, bird. You can see that ATM off in the distance over there. Now it stays pretty busy, so it's gonna be kind of, I don't want to walk around the ATM when there's somebody using it. But the way I normally do the range test is while I'm walking away from the camera, I'll walk with my back to the camera towards the ATM, and occasionally I'll stop and turn around in case the microphone is cut out to see if it reconnects. And then I'll keep walking towards the ATM. I'll go around the back side of the ATM, and then I'll start walking back towards the camera. If the microphone is cut out, we'll see how close I have to get before it connects again. It is really windy out here, like I said just a minute ago, so we are putting this windscreen to the test. We just gotta wait for that person to leave the ATM now so I don't freak them out. Looks like we're getting the green light, so I'm gonna start walking away from the camera now, and about every 30 or 40 feet I'll turn around and look at the camera in case it starts to cut out. Still walking away from the camera. Okay, are we cutting out yet? This is me probably 40 or 50 feet away from the phone right now. Let's turn around and continue walking. We are walking. We're gonna go around the left side of this ATM over here, and then we're gonna come back around the right side of it. So we are still walking away. I'm gonna stop and turn around now. So now I'm facing the camera. Has it been cutting out yet? I have no idea. You'll have to tell me. So now we are turning back around, and we're gonna continue on to the ATM. Loud trucks going by on the highway is a normal thing around here. Okay, now I'm about to stop and turn around again. Am I still coming through clear when I turn around and face the camera from here? Let's turn back around and continue walking to the ATM. I don't think I'm going to turn around again. I'm just going to keep walking until I'm done. I don't know how much effect this metal building over here to my left causes. It could be helping the transmission get back to the phone. And now when I come around the ATM, it could get blocked pretty easily. But now I'm coming back around the backside. Now I'm walking towards the house. So I would think it's coming in crystal clear now. These things have a pretty long range, especially when it's line of sight. But if it's not line of sight, like if my body is between the phone and the microphone, then it could cut out because these higher frequencies don't go through things very well. So I'm pretty confident that I'm coming in nice and clear now. So that was the range test on the Lark A1. How do you think it did compared to my other ones that I've done the range test on? I've done it with the M2, the M2S, the DJI microphones. What do y'all think? Let's go ahead and try the noise cancellation and see what it sounds like. So there's a couple of different ways you can get into noise cancellation. You can either push the button here on the bottom and it'll turn the light green. So blue is regular and green is noise cancellation. There's also a yellow button on the edge of the dongle that's plugged into the phone. You can also press that to go in and out of noise cancellation mode. And that also turns the light from blue to green, so you know you're in noise cancellation mode. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this button, and it's gonna go into strong noise cancellation mode. All right, so we're in strong noise cancellation mode now. Can you hear any of that traffic going by behind me? Does it sound better or worse? Or can you tell if it sounds more digitally corrected than it did before? Maybe it's compressed sounding.
Editor Crazy Postman, I just wanted to show you this real quick because you can really see right here when I activated the noise cancellation how much the audio level went down just in the background noise. I thought this was really cool. Now back to the video.
So this is your audio check of noise cancellation in strong mode. We're gonna go ahead and hit the button again while I'm talking, and it should have changed to regular mode now. So we're back in normal mode. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the app and change the setting to weak noise cancellation. So now we're in weak noise cancellation. Is this a drastic difference from strong noise cancellation? Can you hear the difference? I'm going to hit this button and put it back into regular mode. So now we're in regular audio right now. I'm going to push the button again and we're going to go back into weak. We are in weak noise cancellation now. What does it sound like? Is there a huge difference? There's two other settings that I'm going to mess with. So one says balanced, one says low, and one says bright. So we're going to go through those settings now here in the yard and see if they make a huge difference. Okay, now we're on the low EQ setting. How did this change the audio? Does it make me sound lower? Does it give me a deeper voice? I'm not sure what it's going to adjust. So this is the low EQ setting. The next time you hear my voice, I will be on the high EQ setting. This is the bright EQ setting. It's not high, it's called bright. So you heard me before, it said low, and this says bright. Is there any big difference here? So we're back in my little studio for the next few tests. And when I say studio, I'm talking about a spare bedroom. It's literally just a small bedroom with a bed over there and a computer desk over there. So the Crazy Postman Studio, don't think of a multi-million-dollar thing here. I just put up some lights in the ceiling and got some fancy big lights to make me a little bit brighter. And that's it. There's a bed right there. The next two options, oh, I hope I wasn't fidgeting with this because it was turned on in my hand. The next two options I need to kind of be in here to show you. So there's an option that helps you know which microphone you're using. If you look at the mics, see they're on right now, that's blue. That's normal mode. If you put it in noise cancellation mode, see now they changed to green. So you can identify whether you're in normal mode or noise cancellation mode. There is also another mode you can go in that helps you identify which microphone you're using, 1 or 2. Let me show you that one. So now you can see mic 1 is this purple color and mic 2 is this yellow color. So you'll know which microphone you're using by which color it is. Now, I don't know why you would need to know that. I guess if you're using stereo, you can adjust the gain separately. But other than that, I'm not sure why you would really need to know that. What happens if we press the noise cancellation button? Okay, so it shows you it goes to green. Does it go back to purple? Okay, so only in normal mode does it show the separate colors. If you go to noise cancellation mode, they all show green, so you know you're in noise cancellation mode. Not sure how helpful that is, but hey, it's there and it's an option, so I'm not going to turn down an option. Now there is another setting that may be useful for me because like I said, I am in a small room here and there could be some room reverb. I just got painted drywall. I don't have like the fancy audio squares that are made of styrofoam or whatever are hanging on the wall. So I get a little reverb in here. The next time you hear my voice, it will be with the reverb correction turned on. So we'll see if it makes any difference in here. So I turned on small reverb effect. I'm not sure if that's asking the size of the room. It's not very descriptive. It just says reverb, small, medium, or large. So I'm obviously in a small room. What does this do? Does it sound any better than it did before? We'll go ahead and try the large reverb effect now. All right, so this is large reverb effect. What does that sound? I don't know why I'm still holding this other microphone. So this is large reverb effect. Does it sound any different than small reverb effect? Did either of these two effects help me in this room? Is there a noticeable difference? The next time you hear me, it will be in completely normal mode. And now we're back into regular mode. Can you tell a difference to what we were in with the reverb mode? So this is going to end our Hollyland Lark A1 review. What do you think of this little microphone? So far from first impressions, for $34, I think it's the best deal ever. If you're only going to periodically use one, then you don't need the fancy charging case just to make you pay extra. Get the $34 one and just keep them charged up for whenever you need them. Maybe that's just me because I'm kind of cheap. I can't be too cheap because I keep buying every microphone Hollyland makes. So thanks for watching this review of the Hollyland Lark A1. I will see y'all in the next one. So I'm sitting here at my computer about to start editing this video, and I wanted to show you something I just saw. Like I said, here is the charging base earlier, and you charge it by plugging in a USB-C cable, and it can plug in there. But with this, you don't have an actual battery-powered charging case to store everything in. So here's what I thought. You could plug this into the bottom here, like that, so now you won't lose it. But then I'm thinking, well, crap, you need that plug to charge it. This Hollyland has a USB-C hole in it. So technically, you can plug the charging cable into that and it will still charge the transmitters. So you can make sure you don't lose anything while it's charging. Of course, you could always just put this in the little carrying bag, but if you're out and about and you don't have your bag and you need to make sure you don't lose anything, this is a good way to do it.